If you want encounters to throw into your D&D 5e games, make sure to check out the sponsor. Sorry, Cosmonaut, stole your title. Hey everybody, before I start being a YouTuber, I need to be a YouTuber for a second. Tyler and I just finished our first pack of homebrew for the Patreon. What we're releasing each month is basically a homebrew loot box pack that's themed, and you get random stuff based on whatever tier you're in. For example, this month was dragon themed. It's called Kaizma's Forgotten Tome. It's got a magic item, a spell, an encounter, and a subclass, and a variant rule. And it's all formatted to look like the book. And it's balanced, so that you don't have to make a YouTube channel where you complain about everything that is unbalanced and unfair. We've completely revamped the tiers, and we've got months of planning ahead, so we're really excited to release some of these. We're already working on our next one, which is gonna be the pirate pack. Whoa, pirate stuff. If you want to support the channel or get some sweet homebrew stuff, consider supporting us on Patreon. Like all of these people. Wow, you guys are so cool. Anyways, let's talk about humans. So Jacob, what's your favorite race to play? Damn it, I didn't think I'd ever have to answer this question. I don't know, say something normal like humans or halflings or anything, it doesn't matter. Loxodon, I don't understand why people think playing a human is boring, or playing a fighter is boring, or playing a human fighter is the pinnacle of easy D&D and is only made for old people, babies, or people who have never played the game before. As if picking a human fighter is the most bland and obsolete option for Dungeons and Dragons. I'm really getting this mad over Dungeons and Dragons. This is my life. All right, I'm gonna try to not be upset. I really want to present the point of playing something simple in D&D can actually be really fun and interesting. I have to assume that a lot of D&D players assume that the exotic or strange races are more interesting because, well, they're more interesting. Who wants to play regular guy when there's a lizard man or a horned sclerolus devil child? Both of those sound far more interesting than regular guy. I don't want to play myself. I want to play make-believe and play something different. Humans are just me and, well, I don't want to just be me. Well, that's perfectly understandable. D&D is about fantasy and storytelling. We get to play make-believe and be magical creatures that can do crazy stuff and defeat dragons and devils and crazy monsters. Of course, you're gonna wanna play something unique and interesting and fun and something that you can find identity with. I talked about this in my Wizards Are Dumb video. Spoilers, they're not. D&D is all about choices, and you get to make a unique choice, find identity in it, and thus there is your character. Which is why a lot of people like the weird, obscure shit that nobody plays because they get to go, ha, it's mine. I'm this one. The Raven Queen has never been done before. Some people want to play heightened versions of themselves, and some people want to play something that's nothing like them. So why do most people say that a human fighter is the most boring thing that you could choose? I have to assume humans are humans. No fantasy, no nothing. They're just us. And fighters are the heralded, easy class, hit stuff, no magic, one-track class. Which is really dumb, but I'll get to that later. Combine them together and you get regular person. They hit stuff and they are human. This isn't how you play Dungeons and Dragons. If I were to play a tiefling wizard, my entire identity as a character is not based around the fact that I am tiefling and that I am wizard. Sure, a good portion of it is the fact that I'm a tiefling wizard, but there's way more that goes into it than just that. Pick any other combination. Pick any other character that you know about. A good example is Jester from Critical Role. When you think tiefling cleric, you don't think of Jester. She's so much more than the sum of her parts, and a lot of that is owed to Laura Bailey, but a lot of that is owed to the fact that that's how you play Dungeons & Dragons. I think a lot of people see Twitter threads or they just read combinations in the book and they look at it, don't put any more thought into it and go, that sounds boring. Backgrounds and feats are the biggest reason as to why the I think human fighters are just boring opinion kind of falls apart. Also, variant humans start you with a feat. Let's do a couple of examples. Isabelle is a scribe and apprentice to a wizard. She's as good with a pen as she is a sword. Her master taught her the basics of combat, but she's also learned some magic and wants to uncover the secrets of the arcane. However, her master one day disappears and leaves her with a dangerous tome with many forgotten magical spells. He tells her to give it to no one and that it must be kept safe. Will she betray her master or use her fighting prowess and adventure into the world to find a safe place for it to be forgotten? Human fighter. Sage. Magic initiate wizard. Cain was once a part of a noble family. He was raised to become a leader and to go to war against monsters that threatened his home. But his family was betrayed. They were executed, and he had to escape. He lives on the streets now, hiding his scarred face and sticking to the shadows. He won't forget his family and will one day bring his name to glory. Human fighter, noble, skulker feat. Are you trying to tell me that your Vedalken Mystic isn't any more interesting than those characters? You realize how hypocritical of a statement it is to be like, my exotic character is more interesting than humans. The point is that you could make a Vedalken Mystic with those characteristics. You just now get to add the flavor of being a Vedalken and a Mystic. Sure, human fighter could be the vanilla of flavors, and yeah, maybe it's the most bland and boring and you don't like it, but it's still a goddamn flavor. Your race and class aren't your entire character's identity. They should be a part of it, but not the whole thing. But a human's identity or a fighter's identity isn't inferior to any other race or class in the game. It's about the character that you make. Look, if you don't enjoy playing humans, I get it. I don't always play humans either. I'm not saying that everybody should play a human, but I don't just play humans, I play characters. I don't sit there and actively avoid humans because I think they're boring and I'm a human and I don't want to be me. You should try it sometime. You don't have to play you. You could be a human who was raised by orcs. Why don't you just play an orc, Jacob? Then what's the point of playing anything in the game? Humans have a very interesting place in the D&D world, and I'm sure you can find a way to make them as interesting or as fun as a lizard folk, tiefling, or elf. I dare you to try it. It's a lot of fun. But anyways, now we're going to get right into the sponsor right now, so don't go anywhere. You're going to want to hear about this one. It's Out of the Box Encounters from Nerdarchy. Nerdarchy just actually made a video about their favorite YouTubers, and I was in there, and it was really, really cool just to see the collaboration between them and talking about all their favorite YouTubers. It just really makes the community that much better. These guys are really cool, and I'm being really genuine when I say that. Nerdarchy, their entire team, I've known them for a little while now, and they're just so cool and genuine and great, and they have this book that they're making called Out of the Box Encounters, and it succeeded on Kickstarter, but there's late pledge backing going on right now. It's filled with encounters that you can throw into your 5e games, made very easily. Trust me, I know they're easy because when I made my encounter and I sent it off, they were like, yeah, can you make it shorter and easier? We really want it to be like you can take these encounters and put them directly into your game. And I was like, yes, I love this. I like that they're not super detailed. They're supposed to just be a lot of little things that you can add into your game. And I think 5th edition D&D needs more of that kind of stuff. So make sure to go check them out. They sponsored this video along with lots of other videos on YouTube. There's a link in the description. There's no reason not to check it out, guys. Also, make sure to check out my Patreon. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm just gonna put this right there.